Alright, I am here with my pickups from my trip to Japan. If you've not yet watched the video where I hit up some game stores in Tokyo, make sure to check that video out. It is pretty good, I think at least. I think you guys might like it. Pretty interesting. The game stores over there in Japan are pretty cool, so picked up a lot of good stuff. By my count, if it's right, I picked up 64 games. Three systems? Yeah, three systems and a few other little things that we can go through here. So we will start out with, where do I want to? I'll start out with kind of how I remember the video flow going, the order of the video. So I'll start out with Super Potato stuff here, which I know a lot of people like to hate on Super Potato. They think it's overpriced, which it's kind of fallen to be a touristy kind of place, but I don't think it's too bad. The prices are pretty fair. I went to many other stores that I thought were worse priced that don't have quite the notoriety that Super Potato has. So I wouldn't let it ruin your fun. I mean, if you're going there trying to look for stuff that like Link to the Past or any Zelda or Mario or Mega Mans or anything, especially Mega Mans, they might be high, but I mean, that stuff's high back here too in the States. But if you're trying to just be like me and pick up stuff that you think is neat or cool or an oddity or, stuff that we didn't get over here, then I think you'll do all right with prices. So when I go over prices, I'm going to go over the yen value because that's what I paid for it. But just, general rule of thumb, 100 yen is $1. 1,000 yen is $10. I mean, it doesn't quite go like that with the exchange rate. It's probably about 85% of that. So it's really $8.50 for 1,000 yen. Some along those lines. But just general rule of thumb, I would say just if you want to do it easy in your head, just 100 yen, $1. But I'll start out here with my Super Potato finds. Got a boxed GBA copy of the first Ace Attorney game. They got these over starting in 2001 to 2004, I believe, on the Game Boy Advance, and we didn't get them until they brought them to the DS here in the States. But yeah, I thought these were cool. I had 3 complete in box. Now I have 1 here complete in box. Glad to pick that up. I picked up a lot of Ace Attorney stuff. You'll see. This is really no order that I'm going through this stuff in, just the order that I kind of had it packed and pulled out. It was interesting trying to pack this stuff up into suitcases and get it through. Well, I'd end up doing like 3 plane rides and so interesting there. Some Dreamcast stuff here. I got more Dreamcast stuff down lower, but the first stuff I got here was for 680 yen. A game called Black Matrix. It's like an RPG. It looks like an RPG. I mean, obviously it is an RPG by those looks, but it seemed pretty interesting. I was reading like a plot synopsis. Almost sounded kind of like Shin Megami Tensei type thing. Looked interesting. I don't know why they didn't bring this over to the West. Probably one that's more obvious why they didn't bring it over to the West. This was only 100 yen, so I just picked it up because it's not even $1 for this. Konohana True Report? Dreamcast collector. I wanted to pick up, as much Dreamcast stuff that we didn't get as I could, so I did. Some PS2 stuff. I'm skipping all over the place. So it's strapped in, I guess. Tales of Destiny 2. This was 480 yen. Tales of Rebirth was 300 yen. And I don't know what this game is. I don't know if we got this localized as something else, but it looked pretty cool. Spectral Force Chronicle. I don't know if we got that localized as anything else, or if we got that localized maybe just as Spectral Force Chronicle. I've sure never seen it before, but for 300 yen, I figured I'd pick it up. I didn't end up getting a PS2 system, so I guess I'm in the market for a PS2 system since the PS2 is region locked, a Japanese PS2 system, but oh well. I guess I'll get some more Dreamcast stuff out of the way here too. And what a PS1 game I got there as well. I'll finish all the Dreamcast stuff out. We got here, this one looked pretty cool actually. I have to try this out. I didn't get a Dreamcast either, but you can easily kind of just get a boot disc to boot up region locked games. So shouldn't be a problem. This one's called Climax Landers. For 380 yen. This one looked pretty cool. So looking forward to checking that out. You can't really see by the cover. I looked it up online and it looked kind of neat too. So this one I picked up just because of the price tag. For 50 yen, I picked up this Hall of Fame Racing Derby game. I learned that a lot of these games on the spine, first, they have spine cards. I wanted to prefer to get them with a spine card, but if I didn't get them with a spine card, that's fine. Same with PS1. But a lot of the games have, the spine here in Japanese, but they also have it written in the, English alphabet here on that other spine. So that was really helpful. Some of them didn't, but most of them did. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going back to this Derby racing game. Spine here says, "Let's become Derby owner." It was 50 yen, not even 50 cents. I don't know how I was going to pass that up. I mean, come on. Couple other Super Potato. I bought this one just because it was cheap, and the name of it alone was just... I mean, it's probably crap. It's probably just another... The thing I found with Dreamcast was, I'm like, oh man, there's so many Dreamcast games that didn't come out here. It must be a gold mine. And then you look and it's like, oh, it's just a really creepy looking, like, visual novel. Like, not the good kind of visual novel, like Phoenix Wright, but like the bad kind. Like the creepy kind. The kind that's like pretty much all that's coming to Vita these days. So this is probably one of those, but for 380 yen, I had to buy it just off of the stupid name alone. I love really bad Japanese English names. This one's called Sentimental Graffiti 2. The first Sentimental Graffiti on the PS1 and Saturn. This one's called Sentimental... This is up there with some of my favorite bad game names, like Infinite Undiscovery now. I had to grab that for how cheap it was. And then this one, it looked like kind of neat. Like a puzzle... It looks like a puzzle game, card game. It was cheap. It's by Sega. It's called Guru Guru Onsen 3. Just picked it up. Figured it'd be neat to have. It's a Sega game that didn't come out over here, so kind of interesting. I picked this up for 780 yen. And I don't actually... Someone's going to hate on me and be like, oh, you waste your money. I don't actually know what this is. I thought the box was cool. And I'll show you why I can't find out what this is in a second. This was 780 yen. It's a Koei, like, RPG. But I opened it up here. I think it, like, they wrap all their games in plastic. I opened it, I took them out of the plastic, that they wrap it in. But yeah, all these games get wrapped in plastic when they're sold. Even, the crappiest 50 yen game will get wrapped in plastic. But I opened it up, and this stuff's all, like, brand new factory sealed in here. It came with this little, like, pouch book thing. Not sure. It came with the manual here that I couldn't really find anything. But the disc here... First I was like, oh man, they just gave me this stupid disc with no artwork, what the heck? And then I find here, if you can, it'll zoom, it's factory sealed with the PlayStation seal. So this is actually how the game came in just an empty jewel case on when it came in that box. So I don't know what game this is. If anyone knows what game this is, let me know. I just thought the box was cool and it was cheap. But I think I bought a brand new game somehow. A brand new PS1 game, let alone somehow. Kind of weird. But that is definitely interesting. Someone let me know what that game is. I don't know if I'll open it, though, since it's factory sealed. I suppose if it was 780 yen in the box like this, it's probably not worth much, but I don't really care about the value either. But I don't usually like to break the seal on something this old, but I mean, it probably doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't know why... Kind of weird that they would have cheaped out that much and not printed any kind of artwork for the jewel case in that box there. Moving on with some stuff from Super Potato. We got some boxed games. Picked up a lot of boxed. The thing with Japan is that a lot of their, especially their Famicom and especially Super Famicom, is all boxed. Like, they kept their boxes for all that stuff. So you got some really cool stuff. I also got a bunch of Box 64 stuff. That stuff was a little less common. There was a little bit more loose carts, but for the most part, a lot of box stuff there too. I got this for 880 yen, a boxed complete copy of Final Fantasy V. We didn't get Final Fantasy V till the PS1, but it's cool to have the Super Famicom version. And for 880 yen, that's... I mean, you wouldn't get a good JRPG boxed on the Super Nintendo for that much, that's for sure. And then this one's pretty cool. For 1,180 yen, is Bahamut Lagoon, which this was like a Squaresoft game that's apparently pretty good, a Squaresoft RPG that's apparently pretty good, that we just never got over here. So I want to check this out at some point. But yeah, apparently this is a pretty good one, and it's just kind of like this weird game that never came out for some reason. There's a lot of Squaresoft stuff like that. I'd like to check it out, but and then some Box 64 games I got. Derby Stallion 64 for 300 yen. I don't know. It was in like nice shape for 300 yen. 280 yen. I got this weird fishing game. It might be Shigesato Itoi's fishing, because I think is that him? I know Shigesato Itoi had a bunch of Earthbound fame, had a bunch of fishing games on the N64. This might be it, actually. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but it might be. I should have looked that up beforehand. And then this is I don't know why we didn't get this in the West. This is just the game for it. I don't know why we didn't get this in the West, but for 1280, Dance Dance Revolution Disney. I think that's the official name. It's called Dance Dance Revolution, and it's just a bunch of Disney characters. We never got this in the West. I don't know why. I thought it was kind of neat. So moving on. Moving on from Super Potato, I will go to, I don't remember what I did next. And I'll go to Mandarake real quick. I didn't show this place in my video. I didn't get any good footage of it because the place was just packed and it was really like crowded in the game section. I wasn't a big fan of this place, but I picked up some cheap Dreamcast stuff. So I accidentally picked up a dupe of Black Matrix, so I gotta find out something to do with that. But surprised that I only picked up one duplicate the entire time, but oh well. The rest of these were 400 yen, so not even $4. Godzilla Generations. Vermilion Desert. I tried for the most part to pick up games that didn't come out here. Sometimes they're named something different when they're localized, but none of these looked familiar to me, and I think I know the Dreamcast library fairly well. This game looked kind of neat, so yeah, I'll try that out when I get. Right now, it's kind of like a bummer because all my systems and all my retro stuff's all packed up right now until I move to the new house. So might be a little while until I play some of this stuff, but I can hook up some of the systems I got at least and try some of that stuff out. This one, I don't even know what it is. I picked it up just because it looked really, really weird. For 400 yen, I got this. What is this? The regular English spine doesn't have any. I don't know what this is. I just thought it was weird that it was this little man holding a Dreamcast. I wanted to pick up some weird stuff just to be like, what did I even get here? But it's cheap. Moving on. Let's see. I'll go to Trader. Yeah, we'll try going to Trader. Got some miscellaneous stuff from Trader. Starting off with probably the weirdest thing I could have possibly got was some American Dreamcast games over there. Didn't expect to be getting stuff, getting more games for my complete American set over there, but found some good prices. They had a whole import game section that I looked through, and most of the prices were kind of bad. Which, I mean, yeah, at conventions and at game stores, usually Japanese import stuff is marked up a little bit. Just you pay a premium since it's imported. You didn't have to import it yourself, but these were, for some reason, slipped through the cracks pretty cheap. This was 926 yen, which is about, not even $10. This is about a $30 game, Gauntlet Legends. I don't know why this was so cheap, but it must have just slipped through the cracks. Looking for this one for a while. Another one this was 1780. This is about a $30 game, Donald Duck Going Quackers. So not bad. I like the Comic Sans is all over this back, and it's also the spines in Comic Sans. So that's awesome. But yeah, why not for the prices that they were. I looked through the other Dreamcast stuff. It was like some of it was like astronomically high, but I don't know, kind of neat. I picked up a GameCube game. Don't really know what this is. It looked kind of neat. I don't think we got this in the West. We might have. It didn't look familiar to me, but it looked kind of neat. I like their GameCube games. It's 826 yen. Their GameCube games come in the little cases like the Game Boy disc player for the GameCube, where those come in those little cases. They have the slip covers, so I thought that was cool. Also there, I picked up a boxed GBA copy of Ace Attorney 2. So I now have 1 through 3 on the Game Boy Advance completed boxed from Japan. So that is awesome to me, at least. I got a bunch of boxed 64 games at Trader. That's the rest of this stuff here, actually. 980 yen, I got this Ultraman game. Ultraman 64. With the 64, I have a Game Shark, and you can load Japanese games through a Game Shark. Because the only reason the 64 is region locked is because it has different tab placements. So the plastic on the cartridges don't fit into the American 64 and vice versa. But if you use a Game Shark, that like nulls that out, and you can play right through that. So that's what I was doing. I was hoping to find some cool stuff, the cool systems that didn't come out over here. I found the blue one with the clear under, but it was a little yellowed and a little bit more than I wanted to pay. But yeah, Ultraman 64. Looks kind of alright. Figured I'd give it a shot. I don't know what this one is. I mean, everyone's just going to hate me because everyone's going to be like, oh, you waste all your money. You don't even know what these games are. I liked the cover for this one. Kind of reminded me of like Mega Man Legends. And for 826 yen, why not? It's a Hudson game, so it's probably pretty decent. Yeah, look kind of neat. I figured why not. You know, a 64 collector too, so I thought it'd be cool to get as many box games as possible. This one's called Super Robot Spirits. And it was 726 yen. So pretty neat there. This one was cool. We got this obviously in the West once you see it, but I thought this box was really cool, and a big fan of this game. Majora's Mask, one of my favorite 64 games. I thought this box was cool. I don't know, 25-60 yen. I thought it was kind of neat. I don't know. I think it has the expansion pack in there. This one I was actually looking for. I was looking at lists of games that were pretty good, like import games we never got over here. And when I was looking at the 64, this was one of the ones that got recommended. Was a game by Enix called Wonder J2 Project. And you can see here, this was one of the games on the list to check out. It's an RPG, so I'm gonna give that a shot. And this one, I'm 826 yen. Maybe a mistaken bot, but mistaken buy, I should say. I didn't recognize this one. It's Dual Heroes, which we actually did get over here, but the box is cool, so I'll let it slide. Yeah, it's just Dual Heroes. We got this here. I didn't realize. I knew we got Dual Heroes. I didn't realize this was Dual Heroes. If I was smart, I could have just read down here at the bottom that it says Dual Heroes, but oh well. Not a big deal. I'll go through my Book Off finds now. I got a lot of stuff at Book Off. I didn't realize how much I had bought at Book Off. I went to 4 or 5 locations. There's one in... I went to the one in Akihabara. I went to the one in Ueno. The one in Asakusa. The one in Shinjuku and the one in Shibuya. I guess... Yeah, that's 5. And picked up... I think I picked up something at every single one of them. So I'll just go into those now. Should have maybe tried to put these in some kind of order. These I thought were just neat, I guess. I just thought these were interesting. Let me find the one more that went with this. Oh, here it is. I just gotta move the stack. Hopefully it doesn't fall all over the place. It probably will. Nope, that's the wrong one, but I'll put that with this stuff because it's the right system. This is called Riveting Video. These were really cheap, so I decided to pick them up. We got them in the West. I mean, you'll know that in a second when you see it. But I like the box arts. They're kind of bizarre. So I figured why not. Crash 1, 108 yen. I'm not going to, why pass that up? The box arts are so weird, though. They tried to make him look a little different. and everyone talks about that. Everyone knows about the weird Japanese crash. No one ever talks about this horrifying disc art. What is this? Why does he have a real hot babe with him? I know he had a girlfriend in the first game, but it wasn't a real woman. Like, why? It was like a Bandicoot. That disc art is bizarre. And that is the official disc art. I mean, that's official. That's not not a bootleg or anything. That's the official disc art. I don't know. Yeah, I picked that up for 108 yen. I thought it was cool. I also picked up Crash 2 for 108 yen. These box arts are so weird, though. Look at this. They tried to make them look like cuter. And I picked up Crash 3 for a big spender here. I picked it up for 250 yen. So what's not even 200? No, not even 250. I thought those were just fun to have. I don't know. I like the Crash games, and I like those weird box arts. And also for 300 yen, I picked up the first Spyro. Because I thought it was cool to get. Another one we got here, I picked up for 250 yen for PS1 was Tales of Eternia. Some more PS1 stuff here. I think that's all the PS1 stuff after this. For 108 yen, I picked up Ark the Lad 3. All this stuff is always nice shape. If you go to these stores, you'll always see this stuff's in nice shape. And you know, everything's complete. Everyone really took care of their stuff there, and that's really cool to me, I think. 500 yen, I picked up this Growlancer. I had the spine card and everything. I thought it was kind of neat. I know we get some of this series here in the West, but I don't think we got this one on the PS1. So neat to have. And then this one's kind of cool. For 500 yen, I picked up Tear Ring Saga. And this is pretty neat because this was actually after. This was created by the creator of Fire Emblem. He left Nintendo after, I believe it was after Fire Emblem 64 fell through. He kind of got angry, left Nintendo, and started up his own development team, and they made a Tear Ring Saga. So this is pretty similar to Fire Emblem. I mean, look how close it is to Fire Emblem. It basically is Fire Emblem. But wanted to check that out. Big Fire Emblem fan. I thought that would be cool to pick up. Moving on. Where should I go from here? PS2 stuff, I guess. I'm trying to put this in order by system, but the order that I pulled this stuff out is kind of all over the place. So you gotta bear with me for a second. That's the wrong. I put that in the pile for the wrong store. Okay. Some PS2 stuff I picked up, all really cheap. I don't recognize this game. We might have got it. The art style looks cool. It looks reminds me a lot of Persona 3. Stella Deuce. For 250 yen, why not? I mean, it's a nice shape. Yeah, this art style reminds me a lot of Persona 3, though. That looks like, what's his name? The kid, Ken. Actually, the main character here kind of reminds me of him. So, that's cool. Breath of Fire 5 for 250. I don't know if we got this one or not. I thought the box art was cool. It probably wasn't as cool in America. It's just kind of how it works. And then this one I didn't recognize at all, by Sega for 250 yen. Shining Tears. Didn't recognize that at all. I figured that would be kind of cool to pick up, especially how cheap it was. A GameCube game I picked up there. This was another one that was on the list of good games to pick up that we didn't get. Was Nintendo Puzzle Nintendo Puzzle Collection here, you can see. And I think this was like 1,500 yen, so wasn't too much. But here you can see how these cases are, and they have the manual in here. It's just like just like the ones with the Game Boy Player disc. So cool to me. Cool to grab that. Some Wii stuff I actually picked. Oh, more PS2 stuff. I missed this one. This one's kind of neat. I alluded to this one in my video, but for 500 yen, I picked up this Ark the Lad premium box for only 500 yen. I believe it comes with Comes with a game. I don't know what game it comes with. And also it comes with like this little figure thing. And these little, I don't know. But for 500 yen, I thought that was really neat. I thought the box itself was pretty cool. So, I don't know. Someone will have to tell me more about that. I'm not sure what Arc the Lad game is actually in there. Or, I don't know. But some Wii stuff I picked up here. For 108 yen, I picked up a copy of Link's Crossbow Training, or as they call it, Link's Bowgun Training. I picked this up because we didn't get a case for it here in the States. We just got it in one of those Wii Sports slip covers. So I thought it would be nice to have a case for it. Some other Wii stuff. I don't know what this one is. It's Dragon Quest something. Dragon Quest something Victory. It looks kind of like... I don't know. Someone tell me, if anyone knows what this is, let me know what it is. But it looks kind of neat, so I figured, why not? For 250 yen, why wouldn't you? This is a game that just never came out in America. This came out in Europe, too. I'm not quite sure why we didn't get this here in America. But Disaster Day of Crisis. Something with the localization went weird. I remember them talking about this game back in the day, but no, it just never came out. And then another one that Nintendo did. I mean, that's a Nintendo game, too. A Nintendo published game. I'm not sure why it didn't come out. Another one that Nintendo published that didn't come out is Reagan Leave. Yeah, Reagan Leave. I saw a video on this a while ago. I remember who did it. It was like Nintendo games that didn't come to the West. And this game looked pretty neat, so... they come in these black cases. Isn't like a DVD case. It's an actual Wii case. Nintendo games for like the 3DS and the Wii and the Wii U came in these black cases if they were rated 0C and above, I believe. I think it's C and above. Kind of to show that they're more adult oriented or something. I don't know. Kind of weird, but cool to get those. Let me see where I'm going with this here. We'll go finish off the book off stuff if I can. A Game Boy Advance game. I don't think we got this. It's called Bomberman Story. It was 500 yen. Even if we did, I think the box is cool. But I don't think we got this. I looked up Bomberman Story on Google real quick, and I only found a DS game. So I'm not sure if we got this Game Boy Advance game. But it looks like almost kind of like half RPG, and then with the classic Bomberman. So I thought that was cool. And let me see here. I got some... With Book Off, I got some Yakuza stuff here. I actually finished... I bought a bunch of the games that did not come out here in the States for the Yakuza games at Book Off. So I got the PS4 one here. This is Yakuza Ishin, which takes place in like the 1800s. It has all the same characters from the regular games, but they play like their ancestors or someone. They play different characters, but they're the exact same, character. I don't know. It looked bizarre. PS2 is not or PS4 and PS3, because I got some PS3 ones too, are not region locked. So I thought it would be cool to pick up. Also from Yakuza, I got Yakuza Kenzen, which took place in the 1600s, and it's kind of the same deal as Ishin, I believe. So got to check those out. And then this one we got over here, but only digital on the PSN store. They localized this late, Yakuza 5. They localized this late for PS3 and then just threw it on PSN. I actually got it for free from PS Plus, and it's just sitting there in my library. But I thought it'd be cool to have a physical copy, so it was cheap. I'm trying to think. That one's not in its plastic because they needed to put the disc in it. They held the disc back like a GameStop or something. But that was 1480 yen, so not bad. Is that right? Let me see. I have the receipt here, but I'm trying. I got two games that have 5. Yeah, 1480. That's right. And then to finish off Book Off. Not quite finish off Book Off. This was some. I bought a PS1 actually. It's in like immaculate condition. Had everything. Great shape. Had a controller, like an actual DualShock too, and all the cables. This was only, as you can see here, 1550 yen. So not even $15 about, or around there. I kept finding them at other stores, and they would be so expensive. They'd be like, 60, $70 American. 6,000, 7,000 yen. It was like ridiculous. So I wasn't going to pay that. And I found that in a book off. I'm like, I picked up a lot of PS1 games. I should pick this up. And also at a book off, I picked up for $250 each memory cards. I didn't know if the memory cards were region locked. I didn't think they were, but it doesn't hurt to have one for my Japanese system. I picked up a PS1 one. This was actually before I picked up the PS1. I thought I was going to pick up a PS2, but I never ended up doing it, so I also bought a PS2 memory card for 250 yen. Where should I go? I guess, I got still some more book off stuff, because the book off never ends. Got this DS game. Got some DS stuff here. Got Tales of the Tempest for 500 yen. One of the Tales games that just never came out over here. So, glad to have it. And then some more Ace Attorney stuff, finishing off that set of some games we didn't get over here. Physical copies, at least. I got Ace Attorney Investigations 2, which, for whatever weird reason, there's no real good reason why this didn't come out over here, but it didn't. Actually, it was funny, it has the Club Nintendo points still in here. The Japanese Club Nintendo points, which is kind of wild. Go ahead, use them if you really want to. I mean, Club Nintendo's down, so you're not going to be able to use them, but I remember pickup videos back years ago now. Man, that feels weird that that's years ago, but people would be like, oh, I'll show the inside, but I don't want anyone to use my Club Nintendo points, and even I did that too, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, this is really good. They have, someone made a fan-translated ROM that's actually pretty good. And this game's actually one of the probably second best game in the entire Ace Attorney series. So it makes it even worse that we never got it over here. That's kind of a shame. Some more stuff that we actually did get, but only digitally. Because after the DS and for the 3DS, they released all the games digitally for the series, which is kind of a shame. But I'm just happy to get them. They're great. So here is 5, Ace Attorney 5 here, which we got as Dual Destinies. This was one of the pretty good ones. I mean, there's not really a bad one. You're not going to really go wrong. But another one of those black cases, because this was rated C. So that's kind of neat. And this one's cool. This was somehow actually cheaper than buying this, but for Ace Attorney 4, Apollo Justice, we got... they redid it with... and for the 3DS, because they had... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. They redid it for the 3DS, because they had the trilogy on there, and then 5 and 6 on there, and everyone's like, why don't we have 4? You can't really... Gotta go buy a copy. So they put it on the eShop here. They released a physical standalone copy in Japan. And this is like a premium, like a big box set here. And it was actually cheaper. I was looking at the other ones, which it was just a game, because I wanted to get the physical copy. And this was actually cheaper somehow. Let me see. They had to take it out and put the cartridge in. But this was $22. Cool. Inside there is the game and a soundtrack CD. And it's actually in like a hard case soundtrack CD here too. It doesn't have any other artwork, but pretty cool to me at least. So that's cool. And then I think, let me see here. Yeah, it's the same cover once you actually get in there, but it's the same cover as the DS game too. But you get a different cool box art on the outside, on the cardboard box at least. But yeah, I thought that was cool. Slowly finishing off that set of the games that we did not get either physically or at all over here for the series. And is that all for... That's all for Book Off. I guess while we're on the topic of Ace Attorney, I picked up, if I can find it, I picked up at a big camera. This one came out maybe at the end of last year, I believe. I picked up a copy of Dai Gyakuten Saiban 2. This is... Most fans over here just call it The Great Ace Attorney, which is, I guess, what it pretty much would roughly translate to. We never got either of these because they take place in like early 1900s Japan. Apparently Americans can't handle that. I don't know. We never got either of these, which is a shame because I hear they're pretty interesting. But this one just recently came out. I picked it up. I have the first one. I imported it, but I just picked this one up at a department store. So I actually now have all of those that didn't come out over here, and the whole collection of ones that didn't get physical copies over here. So that's pretty cool to me, at least. Guess what is that? Final store I'm going to go into here after how long this video is. Yeah, final store here is probably my favorite store. It was called Surugaya. Oh shoot, no, it's not. I still have one other store. Let's go into my favorite store last, but I'll just show this stuff off real quick. This was from Retro Game Camp, if you saw it in my video. I picked up a copy of Persona 2 Innocent Sin for 1,200 yen. We did not get this one over here. We got... This is like... Persona 2 was broken into 2 games, and we only got Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, which is the second one in the Persona 2 series. I don't know why they did this, and I don't know why they didn't localize this first one. But even weirder yet is that they then remade these games for PSP, and we only got Innocent Sin for PSP, and we didn't get the remake of Eternal Punishment. So I guess in English we have both games now, but I don't know why we just didn't get them originally, and I don't know why we didn't get them, in the early, 2010s, I think it was, for PSP. Kind of weird, but now I have both of the PS1 Persona 2s. Kind of a long-winded rant there. And also at Retro Game Camp, their prices weren't super great, so I didn't pick up a whole lot, but they had the best price I saw on a Super Famicom. So for 4,800 yen, I picked up a Super Famicom. It's in pretty good shape. It has all the cables and everything I need. So I'm going to be busting that out at some point, try some of these games out. Alright, now it's final store. Surugaya, as I believe it was called. I called it something wrong in my video. I had to correct myself, but picked up a lot of cool stuff there. Probably some of my coolest finds are there, so I'll go into it. This was cool. This was 1,200 yen. And I just picked it up because I thought it was neat. I don't know what this is. I know what it is, but I don't know if we got this as something else. It's called Bomberman Collection. Bomberman Collection, but it's in like this little bandage case. Like the old tin cases that bandages would come in. And in here is the game and still in the plastic and everything and the manual. But I just thought that was real neat. It was only 1,200 yen. I don't know why it was in this weird case, but I think it's awesome that it was. So, also for 200 yen, I picked up a Super Game Boy. 200 yen, I figured be cool. Some more stuff here. Let's see here. For 2,300 yen, this is by far the best price I found on this. Everywhere else, they were like up towards almost 5,000. Shenmue 2, which we got only on the Xbox here in the United States. Europe and Japan got it on the Dreamcast. We only got it on the Xbox. And they're doing the PS4 remaster now, so I'll probably just play it there because I've never played Shenmue 2. But I thought it'd be cool to have this for the Dreamcast collection. Kind of an important game in the library. Then for a boxed 64 stuff, for 350 yen, I picked up this. It looks like that baby fighting game from the Donkey video where he's screaming and he's like, "You can't make this as a baby fighting game." It looks kind of like that. I think it's just a weird sumo game. But they look like babies. I don't know why they did this. Also, for 400 yen, complete in box, was a Tamagotchi game that we never got over here. I used to have a Tamagotchi as a kid. I don't know. I don't know if they're still around anymore. I used to do Tamagotchi as a kid. But yeah, pretty cool. I don't know what this game is. I don't know if I wonder if this is like a little virtual Tamagotchi like they had on the Game Boy, or if this is just... I don't know what it is. It wouldn't be a trip to Japan to buy games if I didn't pick up a copy of Mother 3, 3,500 yen. I was seeing this almost like 8,000 yen. This store here had by far the best prices. Obviously, Mother 3 probably the most popular never came from Japan game. So everyone's wanting to pick this up. So obviously the prices are spiked. But this place, keeping it real, keeping the prices good, real good shape on that. Some of the best box art ever. Just plain red Mother 3. A Wii U game, believe it or not. This one's kind of odd. I can't even believe I found it, to be honest. This is Yakuza 1 and 2 HD for Wii U. And what this is basically is, a couple years ago, this series just kind of got popular with Yakuza 0 last year. But a couple years ago, they were trying to see, Sega even kind of came out with this, kind of trying to see if this series had any chance of getting bigger on different platforms with different audiences. So in Japan only, they published it on the Wii U. That was their first problem, is that they published it on the Wii U. And it sold like astronomically bad, like absolutely awful. I think it sold like 5,000 copies its first week, and then barely anything else the remainder. So I can't even believe I found this, but for 2,700 yen, I had to get this. It's such an interesting thing that they put Yakuza on the Wii U. And a lot of GameCube games I picked up there. Copy of Animal Crossing Plus for 300 yen. The guy was nice enough to tell me that the memory card wasn't in there. But I just wanted to pick it up. I thought it was neat. Obviously, big Animal Crossing fan. Thought it'd be cool to grab for so cheap. I don't remember how much this was because the price tag's for some reason not on it. But it's this. Kero King DX, which actually I found out later after looking at it. I was like, this is Ribbit King, isn't it? Which we got over here. So, kind of neat to have at least. I don't know what this is. It looks weird. I have no idea. 700 yen. Looking forward to checking this out. I'd like to figure out how to live stream stuff and maybe go through some of these weird looking games that I've picked up. Let me know if you have any interest in that. Maybe I'd try that out. And then I picked up this called Homeland. This might be just a demo. I don't know. The guy's English wasn't very good. He was trying to tell me what this was, and I thought he said that no demo, like there's no demo disc. But I'm not quite sure. It might be a demo disc. I don't know. Whatever. But also with GameCube, I actually bought a GameCube system. This was, I think this was not even 5,000 yen. It was like 45.70 or something like that. 45,000 yen. Not 45,000. 4,500 yen. Sorry, 45,000 yen would be a lot. This was 4,500 yen. Well, not even quite 5,000. I remember somewhere around 4,500 was in the box. The orange GameCube. We did not get the orange GameCube here. I should show the right way. We did not get the orange GameCube here. We got the controller for some reason, but we did not get the system. So this was awesome to get. Now I have something to play these GameCube games on, and I got a pretty neat GameCube collectible there. But yeah, pretty cool. I saw a Panasonic Q at Super Potato the first day I went out, and I was strongly considering it, but I ended up passing, and then it wasn't there the next time I stopped at Super Potato again, and it wasn't there. So, oh well. And then to finish off this great store here is some boxed Super Famicom games. Romancing Saga for 600 yen. I don't know, just another Square RPG. I figured it'd be cool to have, cool to try out. I did a bunch of research before I did this, but I forgot to do it on this. I don't remember which entry this is. I would probably be 3? It doesn't have a number, but I got Fire Emblem. I know it's one of the ones we didn't get because we weren't getting them on the Super Nintendo. I don't know which number this is, so someone let me know. It has to be 3? No, 3 was NES maybe, Famicom. Because I know the first time when we got on Game Boy Advance, I don't know. Someone let me know. If anyone's made it 44 minutes into this video. Someone let me know. I got Dragon Quest 6 here for 400 yen. I thought that was cool to get. And finally, a pretty cool one. Everyone knows the Mana series. This is Seiken Densetsu 3, which is the first Seiken Densetsu came over here as Final Fantasy Adventure on the Game Boy. The second one came over as Secret of Mana, as we all know. And then this one just didn't come over at all, but apparently it's really good. So I thought this was cool to get, and it was 2,500 yen. All right, looks like you made it to the end of this. If anyone possibly made it to the end, well, I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Check out my game hunting video in Tokyo. It'll be somewhere on the screen here. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed and you liked this. If you're new, I have this weird backdrop right now because I'm moving. All my games are boxed up. So you kind of came at a bad time, but check out my old stuff. Leave a comment, anything that you thought was cool that I picked up, anything you'd like me to know about, anything I picked up, any suggestions for Super Famicom, Japanese PS1, or Japanese GameCube games I could play now, anything like that. And once again, I would like to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.